Hey YouTube! Thank you for stopping by my channel, The Magical Solution. My name is Leilani. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a loyal subscriber, thank you so much for sticking with me and I hope you continue to do so. So today I'm going to answer a question that I had in my inbox. But before I do, I'm really excited to announce that tonight I'm going to be getting interviewed by Leland on his YouTube page. You can find it at Leland Judsyn, which is Judsyn. And the name of his show is called The Magi Show, and it's a really, really cool show. It has he interviews a lot of diverse people in the magical and spiritual and occult community, and he asks them all these questions and gets to know them, and so it's a very diverse situation, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. So make sure that you tune in, make sure that you subscribe to his channel because it's really good, and if you're there with us live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can ask questions and interact with us, and it'll be really, really super great. Also, just a heads up, I always do giveaways on my Facebook. So make sure that you tune into my Facebook because I'm doing a holiday giveaway for December. So it's facebook.com/themagicalsolution, and basically the premise of it is that you would have to watch the 4 videos that are coming up this between now and December, I believe, 18th, and I'll be announcing the winner on December 20th. So these 4 videos include the one that's going on tonight, and the official rules are on my Facebook page. All right, so go and check out the actual rules so that you can make sure that you enter. It's super, super easy, and the holiday giveaway is a really awesome spa package that I'm making, and it's super cool. So I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. So let's get to the question. All right, so I have a ton of inbox questions that I just can't wait to get to. They're so, so, so good. But this one is actually just a really practical one. I had a very young girl who just basically wanted to know how to dress a candle. She has a bunch of books on candle magic and has seen a bunch of videos on advanced candle magic and feels that it's all very confusing. And she just wanted to know my perspective on how to dress a candle. So I'm going to try my best to make it as simple and neat as possible. So before I show you though, let me kind of give you just a look on what the end result is going to look like. It's going to look just something like this. Very simple, okay? I'm not going to get too crazy, although I will explain kind of other elements and other things that you can do, okay? So let's point this thing down. Let me see if I can do it while I'm still recording. Nope, not going to happen. All right, so I'm going to pause it. I'm going to point it down, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, so I don't know if you can see this. I think you can. Very good. Okay, so this is just a simple metal tray, or you can use a porcelain white tray, whatever, as long as it's fireproof. So don't use like paper and don't use like styrofoam plates or anything like that. Make sure you use a fireproof plate. Okay, then the first thing you're going to want to do is get a candle. You can use pretty much any candle. Now, it's always easier to dress a candle that does not like have glass directly on it. So for example, these 7-day candles that you see, they're like right up against the glass. Those aren't so easy to dress. Those you would have to poke holes all the way into and kind of fill it in order to dress those candles, as opposed to doing it the method that I'm going to show you now. And that's only if you have more than one color. If you have a solid color glass candle, you can put it in the oven for a little while just to soften everything up, and then you can mix in all of your ingredients while it's still wet and moist, and then allow it to then re-harden. That's another way you can do it, all right? But for today, I'm going to show you just with a regular candle. Now, there are 2 ways you can do this, okay? One way would be to dress it on the outside, and another way would be to, if you have like a fatter candle, because it wouldn't work too much with this, but let's say you have like a fatter candle with like a nice wide base, you can also scoop out, take a carver and just scoop out the inner part of this candle about halfway in and stuff it with all of the the dressing herbs and the dressing oils that you would need for that candle, and then take the wax, put it on there, and heat it up and seal it back again. So that's another way you can do it, all right? But those are, again, or complicated ways that, you know, us candle people like to play around with. But for beginners, for people who just want to learn how to dress a candle simply and efficiently, this is probably the easiest way you can do it, okay? So the first thing you're going to want to do when you get your candle is cleanse it, okay? You're going to clean it. Now you can do this with Florida waters, ocean waters, alcolados or alcohols, rose waters, or a nice bottle of purified spring water. Whatever works for you, okay? In this particular case, I'm going to use my bottle of Florida water, my homemade bottle. You can purchase this on my website. I love it oh so very much. And so you're just going to clean it up. All right. Now, when you're using alcohols to clean this up, just give it a few seconds to make sure that it dries, because, you know, alcohol and fire, not a good thing, right? So once you've cleaned it, the second step to working with a candle is to then imbue, to give it an intention, to give it a purpose, okay? Now, you can do that directly on the candle by carving into it, or you can write it on a piece of paper or petition or something and put it underneath the candle. Whatever works for you. But most people like to carve it. So get yourself a nice carving tool. I personally like to use barbecue skewers because they're metal, and you can take a barbecue skewer and heat it up. You can heat up the tip like this, which makes your carving of the candle so much easier. You know, it just melts the wax and you can go right in there. All right. Now I'm literally just writing random letters down. Like, I'm not trying to get all fancy with this. Now, keep in mind that carving a candle can be really difficult. It really can. It can be really challenging. So don't get frustrated. Please, please, please don't get frustrated. Don't give up. And you don't have to go like deep in. You don't have to like try and break the candle. Like, it's just the surface. You're basically just scratching the surface, okay? So once you've done that, you've given it your intention. So it can be things like your full birth name, your birth date. It could be maybe a keyword like success or prosperity or health or whatever. Now, I'm choosing white, obviously, because white is kind of like that catch-all color. But by all means, use whatever color you want that is associated with whatever intention you're trying to get out there. All right. The only color I would deter you from in terms of sending something out would be black, right? Black is something that absorbs. Okay, it's kind of like the way that it's looked at in the universe. It's kind of like the void, so it absorbs energy. So to send something out, you'd want to use white because that's something that reflects, right? That sends out. And then the other colors obviously are for your intention. Okay, so we've carved it up, and once that's done, your second step, so you had first cleaning, then carving. Now your third step would be to anoint the candle, anointing it by activating it and turning it on, okay? That's what the anointing is. An anointing is done with oil. So these are just one of my little sample bottles that I like to give to my people that are in my Facebook groups or on my Facebook page. Every now and then I just like to give away free samples of my stuff, which is another reason why you should definitely go on my Facebook page. And this free sample is filled all the way to the top. And look at how much I use. Literally 2 drops. And this whole thing will get nice and oily and still have some. Now, when you're oiling and anointing up a candle, okay, you're going to rub the candle towards you from the top down if you're calling something in. If you're sending something away, you're going to do it from the bottom up and send it out as if you're sweeping something away, right? Like that. If you're doing a reversal, you're going to turn it upside down and come in towards you, right? Like an uncrossing or something like that. Why is that? Because eventually you're going to then melt this down so that the wick is exposed and you're going to light it up from the bottom and work its way down, okay? But that's just a little bit later on. Maybe I'll teach you guys about that at some other point. But as for a basic, top to bottom means in, bottom to top means out, okay? So you're doing that with the oil. And that's how you anoint it, right? That's how you say, hey, turn on, please. Now these little cups here are filled with all different little herbs that I have. And it's very simple. You just take these herbs, create a little pile, and you take your candle and you simply roll it in there. And it's just that easy. I hope you guys can see this because the camera is facing a kind of funny way at the moment, at least from my perspective. And you see how cute that looks? Simple as that, okay? That's pretty much how you dress a candle. Now, to get it to do what you want it to do, did I lose my lighter already? Really? I can't believe I lost my lighter already. That is funny. So if that's the case, you know, then you just take the bottom of the candle, you warm it up, and bam. Now it can stand on its own, you can light it up, and it pretty much looks like this, okay? Now the rest of these herbs, if you have any left over, you can just sprinkle it on. You can use it to sort of surround your candle with more intention. You know, those rest of those herbs do not have to go to waste at all, okay? So just use as much as you can of it. And if you have any left over, you can put it to the side and use it for the same kind of working later on. Now, mind you, this is just one candle, one part of the spell. If you're working a spell for someone or for something or for a particular purpose, you're going to have to do this several times. It's not just a one candle thing, one time thing, and then you're done. This is going to go on probably for several nights, probably for several hours, etc., etc. So yeah, save these herbs. Make sure you use them again in those other candles if it's all going to be for the same purpose, okay? That is pretty much it with dressing a candle. I hope you found that really helpful. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. Let me just push this up so that we can see each other's face again. Ah, there it is. Hello. Yeah, so if you have any questions, just let me know. And again, make sure you tune into Leland's YouTube page so that you can say hello to me and ask me a bunch of questions. And I will get to another video, another amazing question that was asked in my inbox that I can't wait to answer. I also have a couple of book reviews to do for you guys. And I'm also going to do another DIY video, okay? So that was pretty much it. Very, very simple, right? Simple dressing of a candle. Any questions, let me know. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe. Bye.